Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I'm super excited to share with you tonight how to stop the giant excuses. Now, I do need to tell you that this is going to be a tough life. Now, if your feelings get hurt easily, this is likely not the training for you. I'm going to break down the giant excuses that you're making that's keeping you from having the profitable business that you want, or selling your products for premium services, or standing in your value, or being a successful entrepreneur in the way that you know you can, or building a business that's time rich. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I'm a business and life coach. I got started in my company a long time ago. Hey there, darling, 17 years ago. And I simply made the decision to go to work as myself. And I wanted to figure out how to take my knowledge, my background. Hey there, Mama Mia. I want to take my background, my knowledge, my skills, my talent, and package my know-how into a high ticket offering. I knew that I had the ability to create results for others. I just had to figure out how to take what I knew how to do, Rosetta, right? And package that into a premium product. Now, today I'm going to teach on how to stop with the giant excuses. And I will tell you that this is going to be really great. So if you have any friends out there who are entrepreneurs who are hiding, not playing as tall as they need to be, they need to be right here in this room, because I'm going to break it all the way down. So be a good friend and a share. I'm so excited tonight to share this with you. I've got just 7 points on my card, 7 simple points that I know is going to be transformative for you. And my only goal is to support you. So here's my story as the room fills. Hey there, darling. Good to see you. When I got started, I was told by a director of a small business resource center that my idea of mom coaching would never work, that no one would ever pay me to do what I do today. All right. And I just kept looking for someone to help me. I ended up hiring a coach. That was the first thing that I did. And I knew that I had taken me as far as I could possibly have taken me, and that I needed to get support from someone that had already done the thing that I wanted to do. And I'm going to be teaching tonight by example over and over again, but it is going to be a tough life. So I always like to disclaim that, because if your feelings get hurt, I'm going to shake your shoulders a little bit. But it is only in love. It is only to get you to move. Hey, Carla, Kanita, I'm so glad that you guys are here tonight. It's only to get you to move, to take that step forward, and also just to look at yourself and say, like, am I believing this stuff? Like, really? Okay. Is this real? Okay. And why am I in the exact same place year after year after year? As a result of me growing my business and making the decision to learn how to build the business of coaching, I've had the opportunity to build a world-class company. I'm excited about it. I work with women who call themselves giants. I only work with giants because to change your life, you got to be giant about it. You got to be big about it. That means that you have to own your truth. You've got to be authentic. You got to be able to stand in your value. You've got to be willing to create impact products that you know that you have the ability and the skill to change the lives of others, because people are already coming to you and sharing how you're changing their lives. And you got to be able to stand with that in your value. And so I work with women they're smart, they're sharp, they believe in self-investment, they're action takers, they're go-getters, and they're go-givers. They're people who understand that if you're truly a giant, then you love being in the company of other people who are just flat crushing it, right? And so I'm going to share that tonight. Welcome, Michael, to the live. You're going to love this. And I would say that one of the greatest ahas over the last 17 years for me is that I built my business from the comfort of my home as a coaching consultant. So I didn't build my business as a coach on the road. I've always brought all of my clients right here to my home office, right? And I teach my clients how to do exactly that. I think that great coaching means that, one, initially you can create that result for yourself, but you also have to have that ability to transfer what you know to others. And there needs to be proof that your clients are doing exactly the same things. And if you guys have been following me, and I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm just stating facts, you know for a fact that my clients also high ticket, every single one of them, as their premium product. And many of my clients are free. Many of my clients sell products for $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $100,000 or more. Many of my clients have made 6 figures and beyond, and many of my clients are full-time entrepreneurs. So I say it because It's true, and I can back it up. All right. And I think it's just really important today. We often take on and allow people to mentor, teach, and coach us on platforms like this who just simply they're not qualified, and we're not discerning about our gifts or who we're going to listen to. And a lot of times we allow the price of something to be the only prerequisite whether or not we work with someone or not. But I will tell you, you're more valuable than that. Your ideas are more valuable than that. You need to make sure that if you want to be free, this is what I did anyway. If you want to be free, you need to make sure your mentor is free. Okay. Because if your mentor isn't free, they're not going to show you how to get free. And I'm not dissing anyone. I want you to understand this. If your goal is to be free, your mentor needs to be free, and there should be evidence of what that looks like. And I think that's so important. A lot of times we're not discerning about it. We get caught up in things called shiny objects that don't really matter. As a result of growing my business from the comfort of my home, I've been able to see everything. My kids are 22, 19, and 15. And I started the business 17 years ago. My oldest was 5 years old. And I've been at every play. My husband and I, we've been at every single event that we possibly could have attended. And I tell you this because I know a lot of the women and men out there who follow me. That's one of the things you want. You want to build a business, you want to get free, and you want to stay free. And I've never built my business on hustle and grind. You'll never hear me say that. Or coins. You'll never hear me say that, because I've understood solid business strategies, practicing leverage, using my gifts and my talents. And I teach my clients how to use exactly the same thing to grow their business. Okay, so if you guys are ready, if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, Mia. I'm going to teach tonight how to stop those giant excuses. Now, if you've got any friend entrepreneurs out there that need truth in their business, they're looking to grow their business, you need to invite them to be here tonight, because I'm going to break it down. Now, here's the deal. I promise you, I will never waste your time, but this is going to be a tough live. So if your feelings get hurt easily, or you're here for the very first time, this might not be the best live for you. Hey, Angeline, I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that you're inside of Life and Business Success. Now, if not, friend me and I'll add you personally. Okay. All right. So if you're ready, I'm ready. If you're ready, Angeline is ready. Is anyone else ready? Because I do think to hear a powerful message, you have to be intentional and you have to be ready for that, right? And tonight I'm going to teach on how to stop the giant excuses. Awesome. Perfect, Angeline. I'm so glad that you're here. All right. Number one. Carla says, Lord knows I'm ready. Rosetta says, I'm ready. Perfect. Awesome. How to stop the giant excuses. Number one, trying to teach yourself. And I'm going to go all in on this, Veronica. I'm glad you're ready to kill. I'm glad you're here and that you're ready as well. Trying to teach yourself. Okay. So this is the thing you got to understand. One of the excuses that people make that prevents them being where they want to be is that they say, I'm going to teach myself. Right. So maybe you started off teaching yourself, and now you can have the opportunity to look at the results that you've been able to create in your business, in your life, in your world. Are you where you want to be? Are you a full-time entrepreneur? Are you making, having six-figure plus years? Are you having six-figure plus months? And if you're not, okay, now is a great opportunity for you to say, you know what? Maybe what I'm teaching myself to do isn't the right thing. The question is, how long are you going to continue doing the same thing and realizing that you aren't where you want to be? And so a lot of times as an entrepreneur, we don't respect the thing that matters the most. I'm just going to break it down. And that's time. What I learned a long time ago is that the right advice can change your whole life. And that the time that it would take for me to learn some of the things that I've learned over the years, I could simply make an investment and have someone show me step by step how to do the things that I want to do. And so I respect time and I respect my time. And I see this all the time with people where they'll say to me, yeah, Mia, I know I want to work with you, but I want to try this on my own for 3 months. In 3 months, I have clients crushing it, closing it. You know what I mean? Their products are built. They're selling their products. And meanwhile, you've got this person flipping through a manual or online, Google searching whatever their purpose is, trying to figure out what somebody else's prices are. I just want to break this down. So if you're this person and you've had the giant excuse that you're going to teach yourself, you got to understand that there's some things that it's called a waste of time, you teaching yourself the thing you do not know. I come from a corporate training background. I worked for a Fortune 100 company and as a corporate trainer. And I'm great at what I know how to do. However, what I didn't know how to do was build a profitable coaching practice. And I was smart enough to realize that I don't know anything about building a business online. I don't know anything about digital products, digital marketing, and that I needed to make an investment in myself to learn how to do those things. That coupled with my skill, man, I would be unstoppable. But what I didn't do is say, I'm going to learn how to do all of these things myself. I've learned that there's some things that I do exceptionally well, and that if I focus my time and my talents and my energy on birthing those things and instead get quality mentorship, it speeds up my launching process. So if you're this person, you've been launching and launching and launching, but nothing's ever happened, or you've had that launch that's always been a dud, nothing's happened, how many times are you going to teach yourself or believe that story or that excuse that that's going to work for you? I will tell you the reason that you aren't making the investment in yourself is because of belief. On some level, you don't believe that you deserve it. Okay. You don't believe you deserve it, because when we make investments in ourselves, an investment is evidence of your belief that you deserve, right, whatever it is that you're invested in. And it's just flat true. And so if you've been telling yourself, I'm going to do this myself, this is my dream, this is my baby, this is my purpose, and you're not willing to invest at a high level in yourself, you are kidding yourself. I'm just being clear, 100%. Number 2. All right. Today I'm talking about how to stop the giant excuses. And the first excuse is trying to teach yourself. Number 2, investing in what you do not own. Now, this is going to be touchy. No, I'm not telling you to leave your jobs. No, I'm not. Okay. But a lot of you are spending your time, your money, and your energy every day. Pre-COVID, you get up every morning, you are running off to some job, and you're giving your job every single thing that you have. And you're giving your job the best parts of you. And you've got this dream, this purpose, this calling. And when you leave your job, you give your family this much of your life, this much of your energy, and this much of your time. I'm just breaking it down. And if it doesn't resonate, I get it, right? Like, it's a tough live tonight, but I want to break this down. You give them a slither of the best part of your day and the best part of your life. Your family has to fit in where they get in. And it's because you are investing the majority of your time in what you do not own. And, for some people, they're doing what they want to do. They feel called and they feel it's their purpose in their work. And I'm not talking to you if that's you. But if you're that person, you're like, man, I want to do my own thing, but I don't have time to write my own book. I don't have time to build my own courses, my own consulting, to run my own company. I don't have time to even go to my kids' games. I don't have time to be the mom I want to be, the wife I want to be. If that's you, I'm talking to you. All right. And I want to tell you that it's time to stop those giant excuses. Hello. It's a little quiet out there, but I want to break this all the way down because, one of the things that I realized that changed my whole life is truth. And I think a lot of times the people in your world, they see what you're doing. They know what you're doing. They know the kind of things that you're negotiating with. A lot of times we choose things that we know won't serve us our highest good because we are afraid of not having that safety net. And maybe that's you, right? Like maybe your job is that safety net. And maybe you've never evaluated the cost. The cost of visiting your children, what I mean, instead of spending time with them, the cost of not being able to really want to spend quality time with your spouse because you just need some time to yourself because you're giving the best hours of your day and your life to something else that you do not own. Okay, is this making sense? Are you getting value? I just want to break that down 100%. And the question is like, you need to stop these giant excuses. You either get to live a life that you by design or you get to live a life that's being designed for you. And it takes courage, it takes vulnerability, right, to look at your life and say, this model is broken. And if the model is broken, the only person that's gotten themselves into the situation is you, and you're the only person that can get yourself out of this. But it's absolutely possible, but it's not possible if you don't accept the truth, right? If you don't own that truth, and you don't do something different about it. Number three, all right, number three, and Kanita, you said that's me, all right? Number three, how to stop the giant excuses. You're afraid to grow because others might see you. Now, I see this a lot with professional women. I work largely with women who are smart, they're sharp, they are exceptional at what they do, they're very talented. And one of the issues with being a gifted person, I'm just going to call it out, is that we are afraid of failing, right? Of what other people are going to see. We're afraid of, because if in your career right now, you're at the top of the game, food chain, right? Then you're starting your business and this is new for you. The vulnerability that comes with that is a completely different experience than what you're experiencing in your career. And so one of the excuses that you have is that you're afraid to grow because you're afraid that your coworkers are going to see you, your boss is going to see you, your friends, people who love you, care about you. You're afraid that they're going to see you in a growth state, and you haven't been in that state in a long time. I'm just going to break this down. I see this all the time. And it's one of the biggest reasons why exceptionally sharp, smart people don't take that next step, because they are more caught up in status, right? And that means that, you focus on, you look good, you smell good, but you're broke at higher levels. Broke like you don't have the time that you want. Broke like your model for generating income is trading time for dollars. Okay. So on the outside, it looks good. Great car, great house, 2.1 kids. You've got the dog, you've got the picket fence, you've got the right neighborhood. But you know that the lifestyle that you have built for yourself is not sustainable. I'm breaking this all the way down. I know that there's someone out there that is hearing me and saying, you are talking to me, even if you don't post anything here tonight. And I want you to understand that, that's a giant excuse. This idea that you can't grow. You're afraid to grow because you're afraid of what other people are going to think about you because of your title, because of your status, because of the success that you've created in your world, in another arena in your business life. And you're not willing to be vulnerable, to show up like you need to be. One of the things that I see all the time, and it breaks my heart, is professional women who come to me, and initially they want to sell what they have for the lowest level, not at the highest level, the lowest level. Like, they don't want to charge or stand in their value, that even though they have the title VP or executive or director or whatever the position is, or managing director or whatever it is, the reality is that they don't want to charge what they're worth, because they actually don't know what they're worth, because they have been so tied to a title and the rubber plant and the award being, the accolades that come with status, that they are now divorced from their own value. And I just want to break it down. This might not be for you, but if it is, I'm talking directly to you. Carla says, you are talking to me literally. I'm glad, Carla. I'm just speaking from my heart. Okay. Number four, how to stop the giant excuses. Investment at a level of your belief. Now, I want you to know this, that at the end of the day, you can ask yourself this question. Whatever you're investing in right now is based on your beliefs, okay, about your own abilities, your own value, your own worth, your own dreams, okay? Whatever you're investing in yourself right now is based on what you believe will happen as possibility. So if you say, like, when I invest in myself, I've invested $1,000 in running my company. And the question is, like, really? So you want to hit $500,000 or more in your business, and you are a $1,000 investor in your dream. Okay. I will tell you flat out, that is belief, that you don't believe that you are worth it. All right. When I got started in my business, I didn't even have the money, guys. Like, this is 17 years ago. My coach was charging how much was she charging an hour? $1,000 an hour at that time. And that was a lot of money back then, 17 years ago. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to ask you, but I just knew I was worth it. I knew I was worth it. And I realized from that experience that not all advice is the same. And for those of you who are investing at a low level in yourself and you're expecting to create a high yield, it is the reason why you aren't where you need to be. All right. You're probably being taught things like you need to just build a course and sell something for $97. And then when you get proof of concept, then you could scale. Well, where are you going to scale? You built a business with people who are low ticket investors, and you're a highly skilled individual. You've got high skills, right? Your high income skills, and you aren't standing in your high income skill, your own value. And because of it, you've discounted your value and you've attracted a whole market that's not congruent with you. You don't enjoy working with the people you're working with because you were never meant to work with them. But because you weren't willing to invest in yourself at the highest level to learn how to stand in your value, that's what it looks like. I want to break this all the way down tonight. I'm talking about how to stop the giant excuses. I am so over them. Like literally, I do not want to hear them. Like I honestly don't. You're smart, you're sharp, you're amazing. You have the capacity to do all amazing things. People call you all the time. You're changing lives. You're creating results for people all the time. And the reality is that the only reason you aren't getting what you deserve is because you won't take a stand for what you deserve. And I'm breaking this all the way down. I'm talking tonight about, how to stop the giant excuses. Okay. And what I've covered already is number one, trying to teach yourself this notion that you see what you want, but you won't choose what you want because you are going to teach yourself that which you do not know. And if you knew how to be successful at doing whatever you want to do, coaching, consulting, speaking, online education at a high level, then you would already be there. Okay. So if you're right now not where you want to be, wherever that is, 6 figures plus, 7 figures plus, having 6 figure plus months, then you need to ask yourself, okay, am I the right teacher for myself with this topic? Number two, investing in what you do not own. A lot of people, a lot of professional women are spending the majority of their hours devoting their time, that best energy, giving their companies everything they've got. And they got nothing left for the people that matter the most in their life. They get to visit their families. They get to, visit their spouse. That date night is a joke, right? Because you are trying to find time for yourself because you're giving the best parts of yourself to something you don't even love. I'm breaking this down, okay? It's up to you, okay? Number three, you're afraid to grow because you're afraid others might see you. Sometimes standing tall, it's a scary thing, right? I call it hanging from the skinny branch. But the reality is that if you got a calling on your life, you got this purpose inside your heart. You feel that it's God inspired, but yet you're afraid of what other people are going to think about you because in your career you got status, right? And everybody reveres what it is that you do and you can do. And now you got to start as a new business owner, and you are uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm just breaking this down. Number four, you need to invest. And you are currently investing at the level of your beliefs. So if you look at what you're investing right now, that tells you what you're believing. So tell me, whatever your biggest dream is, what is your big investment in that dream? Because if you really believed in the dream, the investment would match it. And if you're not where you want to be, I will tell you it is because your dream, is not that big. It's belief that's in the way, right? Like that if you have a big dream and you're investing, 10% into that dream, I will tell you, you don't believe it. It's flat true. All right. It's flat true. Number five, how to stop the giant excuses is zero accountability. I'm going to nail it. I will tell you, imagine that you want to change your life, but you don't want to tell anyone that can hold you accountable to help you change your life. Okay. Yeah, I called you out. Okay. You want to change your life, but it's a secret. You with you. Okay. Okay. How's that working? How's that going for you? The fact of the matter is that you've got zero accountability. You're not willing to invest in the accountability that you need. And as a result of that, It is the biggest excuse that's gotten in the way. No one can see you, hold you accountable to the things that you say you're going to do. And the reason that you set life up that way is so that you don't have to do the things that you know you need to do to change your life. I'm asking you, because the thing is, when we are ready for change, we want to be seen. Okay, we want to be held accountable. And, and for those of you who are saying over and over again, I want to change my life, I want to change my business, I'm ready to do it, I've got this purpose in this dream. You've been saying this for 100 years. The fact of the matter is, why do you have zero accountability in your life? And the worst thing ever is to pair up with other people who do not have the results, who do not have the self-discipline, and then you guys get to talk about what you're going to do, your wishes, your hopes, your game plan around wishing and hoping. And I will tell you, it's not a game plan, all right? And it's the reason why most people don't get to where they need to be. There has to be that uncomfortableness in some way where someone's holding you accountable. When are you going to do this? Okay, specifically, when will you get this accomplished? Okay, there's something magical about that mix, and when we're serious, we're able to step in to that level of accountability. And I know for me personally, I've always made investments to be in communities with people that hold me accountable at the highest level. Why is it that you are saying that you are ready for that next level and no one knows what you are going to do but you? I'm asking you. I mean, you don't have to answer me, okay? But I'm asking you, why is that the case? It is because you have not made a decision to do it. I know this to be the case. I can relate this to myself. I gained 45 pounds, okay? My trainer was like, I showed up at training. He said to me, he brought in like a notebook, okay? And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, I want you to write down everything you're eating and everything you're drinking. I was like, that's you know what I mean? And like, maybe you're feeling like that, okay? And when I said I'm ready, right? Like, I'm ready to do this thing, that wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? I pulled out that pen, I pulled out my paper, and I became transparent. And the question is, why are you not transparent around your goals, your dreams, and your plans if you say it's real? Because if you don't want to tell anybody about what do you want to do that's in a position to help you, not just your friends, because they can't help you, okay? But if you're not willing to do that, you're not serious. I'm just breaking it down. Number 6, how to stop the giant excuses. Okay, is this supporting you guys? Is you need to add up your results. Okay, like let's just face the truth right now. Look at where you've been over the last year. Okay, like last year. Okay, and I want you to think about adding up all of your results over the last year. And when you add up all of your results, is that where you want to be? Is that where you want to be? Okay. 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 Awesome. Is that where you want to be? Okay. Ask yourself. All right. And if it's not, okay, the question is like, maybe you've been saying like, I talk to people sometimes and they'll tell me like, I've been working my business and it's been going okay. And I'll say, okay, so tell me what okay looks like, and then they start breaking down like, well, I had 2 customers like 3 months ago. Well, I mean, I only talked to them one time each. I mean, there was no real contract. I mean, so sometimes we have this illusion of that we're busy, that we're running a business, okay, right? But we're not running a company, okay? We have this illusion that we are doing business when we really aren't. We're wasting time. The models are broken, right? The structure is broken. What we're charging is broken. We don't know what we're doing on the back end. We don't know how to build the business of what we're in. If I told you the number of coaches that I've met over the years who all are doing business differently. Not all coaches know how to build the business of coaching. And coaching and consulting is a business. Let's be clear. All right. And the reason that most people aren't successful is because they don't add up their results. They don't even know what they're doing to move things forward. What do you think is that motivation? All right. I'm doing shares and option contracts on my own after being laid off 2 days ago, right? What do you think is that motivation? You tell me, what is that motivation for you? The reality is that, add up your results. Look at where you are, right? Look at where you are. If you don't like where you are, now is a great opportunity for you to shift and to change. And you're the only person that can do it by looking at, being honest with yourself and saying, this is where I am, okay? And this is where I want to be 1 year from now. All right. And number 7 is a tough one. And number 7 is being on sale, right? Right? Like, I don't even know what else I wrote here. Being on sale. Okay, let's just say being on sale. Okay. One of the giant excuses that people make is being on sale. And that means that you're talented, you're smart, and you're sharp, but you will not stand in your value. For some reason, when you're supposed to say 10,000, you say 5,000. When you're supposed to say 5,000, you say 1,000. When you're supposed to say, $1,500, you say $500. And you can't figure out why you can't language high value conversations for you, even though you know that you're credible, you're smart, you can create great results and for others. But the reality is that you're on sale. And a lot of times we're on sale because we don't know our own value. And so you got to understand that first sale that you make in anything is you. Okay. It's you. It's like your relationship with you. The client doesn't set your prices. You set your prices. But because you haven't done that internal work, which I call mindset work, which is so important, then you either A, are attracting people who can't afford it, or B, you are speaking the beliefs that you have that as it relates to your value. And whenever we say whatever it is, all we're doing is speaking what our value is to others. All right. Clients don't establish a value. We establish what that value looks like. So if you don't like what those numbers look like at the end of the year, you got to know that you did that to you. And you got to ask yourself why. And it's not just a strategic question. It's not just a sales script question. It's not. It's a mindset. It's a belief. And that's the thing that keeps so many people stuck that we never think about. So tonight I wanted to talk about how to stop the giant excuses, because quite frankly, those are the things that are getting in the way of you being exactly where you want to be. You've already got the talent. You're already amazing. You're already smart and you're sharp. I think about it all the time because I come on here frequently, usually every week, and coach you guys, talk to you, share with you from my heart 100%. You've seen so much proof of clients who've gotten amazing results, no hype at all. And I often wonder to myself when I am here, I think to myself, these guys all know I'm free. That you guys know I'm free. You know that. But the question is, because of your own beliefs, you don't always step forward, right? You don't always step forward to say, you know what, I know you can help me. All right. Because of your own fears, you don't believe that you deserve whatever it is, right? And my thoughts are always like, I just want for you what I have. And I know that freedom changed my whole life. Ownership, owning my own ideas, leveraging my intellect, being able to work from the comfort of my home, understanding how to stand in my value, positioning myself and my brand as the obvious choice, not from any ego perspective, because I understood how to do that, right? Because I made investments in myself to do it, and wanting to take other people and teach them exactly how to do that. I want to open the floor really quickly to see what questions that you might have. I have invited many of you earlier today to attend my upcoming mastermind. It's October 17th. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to teach you exactly how to package, how to price, position, and find buyers. If you've been looking to take your knowledge and package your knowledge into a high ticket offer over the course of 7 days, you need to be in the house. All right. But, it's not for everybody, because you've got to want and see for yourself hitting 6 figures and beyond, whether it's months or a year, with your intellect. And you got to be willing to do the work. You got to be highly actionable. You got to get over these excuses that are getting in the way. You got to be willing to make an investment in yourself to change your life. All right. You got to be willing to be around and be in community with people your own ambition level and above. And it's just flat true, without being intimidated. And you got to stop putting your job in the prime time spot when you're looking to save your life, okay, or the rest of your life, right? So, and if that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine, okay? Come to the next live. But if it does, and you've been following me over and over again, and you haven't made that move, you need to ask yourself why. All right. So the event is over the course of 7 days, I'm going to teach you how to package what you know at the highest level, how to position yourself in the marketplace as the obvious choice, how to price and value your transformation based on who you are and what you bring to the table, and how to find buyers. And the women that have come to this event, the reviews are amazing. I posted the link here. You can check it out for yourself and see for yourself whether or not it's something that would be a fit. All right. But if you're serious, then I know for a fact that it is. I want to open the floor right now for any questions that you might have for me about this live today. Any questions or comments that you might have for me. Okay. And I wanted to be a little hardcore today because I'm telling you, I'm like over the excuses. I can't even take it anymore because I care about you guys. I care about you creating the results, and to stop believing this stuff because it's not real. Like why can't you hit your goals? It's not your skill. It's not your talent. You know this every day. Your company's paying you because of the talent you had. Okay, you have. All right, Ellie, great. Thank you. I'm glad. You know, you're getting paid. You know this, but you're afraid to trust yourself. All right. And you know, you got to get over that, right? To live a life that you've dreamed of. It's just flat true. Any other comments, questions, ahas, or takeaways? Any ahas or takeaways? What was one of your ahas or takeaways? I'll quickly recap while you guys post. Number one, how to stop your giant excuses. One, trying to teach yourself. Two, investing in what you do not know. Okay. What you do not own. Okay. Number three, afraid to grow because others might see you. Come on now. Number four, investment at the level of your belief. And that is probably the biggest issue that's getting in the way. Got to dream bigger for yourself. Number five, zero accountability. Number six, adding up your results. If you add up what you've done, like, you know, you've been trying to teach yourself to run this business and you look at your numbers, do you like what you see? Enough already. Stop wasting time. And number seven, being on sale. Ali Gray, she writes, accountability is necessary. It's so necessary and it's so important. It changed my life. And I knew that the moment that I wanted to be seen, I was ready for the change. But if I don't want anybody to know what I'm doing, then I'm really not trying to change. This is so good. Thanks, Mia. Write your name. I can't see your name here, but I'm so glad that that was good. You know, accountability is necessary if you want to change your life. Aliger says, afraid others will see me. Wow, right? Like afraid, right? Just afraid. Because sometimes the illusion seems real, but illusions are not real, right? So that is one of the things that I think is so important is understand illusions are not real, right? Like, you know, this pretense that we create, like everything's well, nice suit, nice car, nice house, all of these things, right? But it's all an illusion because you know at the end of the day, right, that there's something more to you and you don't get to live that. That girl doesn't get to live that life. All right. And what's the cost of that? Kanita says, afraid to be seen. Heidi says, this is so good. Thanks, Mia. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad you're here. Awesome. So are there any other ahas or takeaways anyone want to share tonight? You know, I just wanted to speak from my heart. I know that you guys felt my heart. And you know, I'm just telling you, I'm just over it. Like I'm over it. Like I literally, if we can support you in any way, you can always visit miaredrick.com and sign up for a strategy session, watch my webinar. Those are free resources there for you. But I think that if you know you want to package your knowledge as a coach or consultant, trainer, speaker, online educator at the highest level, then the masterclass is for you. And I did post a link there. I will post it here. You take a peek at the page and see, you know, just look at the agenda. It's absolutely incredible. And over the course of 7 days, it's life-changing. The women that came to the masterclass last year, hey, Tracy, I'm so glad you're here. The women that came to the masterclass in November last year closed $250,000 within 3 weeks of that masterclass. You get the replay to that masterclass, and you also get live time with me. You get like 25 hours of that actual training. You get to watch that, and you get 10 hours of live training with me over the course of 7 days. And, you know, I'm just holding space for giants. That's it. Okay. Like I don't have time to babysit. If you don't want to do it, then this is not for you. But if you're like, I'm ready, okay, then I'll lock arms with you. Okay. Because we've got an amazing community of women who are, they're other people probably looking for that you don't have in your network. But you got to be ready. You got to show up, and you can't be afraid of the light, like, or be afraid of being around giants, because sometimes you're either a giant or an ant. It's all in the same word, right? Giant and ant, same word, right? So the reality is that we got to be tall, and stand in our value, right? Angeline, you know that's true. Okay, any final ahas or takeaways, Tracy? You're welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Angeline says truth. All right, any final ahas or takeaways before I sign off? I want to thank you for being here today. You could have been anywhere, and I know it was a tough life, but you know what? You were here for a reason, and you need to ask yourself, why are you here? Why did you get this message? This message, I got thousands of them, right? Almost 7,000. Okay, why this message? All right, I love you, and I want you to have an amazing night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. You're welcome, Carla.